Today, I'm going to show you what it means to listen to your intuition. I remember being a younger me always left wondering what that even meant. How does one listen to intuition? Does it feel a certain way? Is it only for those who are more spiritual than me? Why the hell can't I figure out this supposedly really simple thing to do? I ended up just feeling really frustrated and yearning at the same time. In today's video, I'm going to show you that listening to your intuition has nothing to do with astrology, it has nothing to do with religion, and it has everything to do with not trying to listen to your intuition. Confusing, right? Let's get into it. I can't say that I was always searching for intuition, but I remember being in college and I started to become more spiritual. And that led me to really go deep into reading, watching videos, trying to find something that could give me some kind of explanation as to what or how I could access my intuition. And everything I read at the time or listened to explained, listen to your intuition. It will lead you to the right path. But that's kind of where it would end. There was no explanation past that. Just listen. And even back on early Instagram before Reels, I know, that was a long time ago, when it was still just quote graphics over a sunset video, and it would say something like, trust your intuition, or the universe has your back. And it's not that I didn't believe those quotes. I did. And they were very inspirational sounding, but nothing that actually told you how to do it. And for someone like me, who tends to be very logical, I just couldn't comprehend what that meant, and it was really frustrating for me. Even though I tend to think more logically, there was also a piece of me that was perpetually seeking, and I wanted to learn how to listen to my intuition. So I did all the things. I meditated, crisscross applesauce on the floor, even though my back would end up being really stiff from sitting there so long. And nothing. I read about intuition. Nothing. I took courses about intuition. Nothing. I even had a friend who saw my struggle, and I always thought she was more advanced than me, spiritually. And she told me once, Jennifer, it's a whisper, so you have to listen. It's a very quiet whisper. And so I was like, okay. So my journey continued until I finally had a realization that came through. Years and years of searching came in as an insight, my intuition. And I still remember when I had that realization, what listening to that intuition meant at that time. I had been doing some grounding exercises from a course I was taking at the time, and I was grounding and having this really full feeling of embodiment. The class was saying to start with your toes and feel them, and not with your hands, feeling your toes, to close your eyes and feel your body and move up as you recognize that body part. And so I was doing that, and I was so relaxed after that meditation that I was fully in a state of presence. I didn't know that at the time, but I was. And then there were no thoughts coming in or out. And then, bam, an insight came in, and I clearly felt it right here in my heart area. And at first I was like, was that my intuition? I was kind of taken aback for a moment before I decided that I needed to write it down. And I had this feeling that came in. This feeling that I had felt so many times before, but I never really recognized it. And I was like, is this intuition? So other than doing that meditation, I didn't do anything. I had just allowed what came in. And that was an insight, or what people call intuitive hit. I didn't force anything. Like, I had been trying to do so much before, and it was so crazy that it was just actually so easy. And that's what, when I look back at me trying so hard to get to my intuition to work, and from that moment on, I started to play around with it, and I kept noticing it until finally I felt confident enough to know what and how my intuition felt when it came in. I was already on my spiritual journey, and discovering this for myself helped me continue on that path that I'm still on right now. And I haven't left that journey, and you may realize it's the same for you. It's forever ongoing. And learning how to recognize your intuition or these intuitive hits help. And I can't explain to you enough like how happy I felt in that moment. So there are a few things I think that you can notice from my story that you can use if you feel like you're in the same boat where you're not really actually recognizing your intuition. So first, like, one of the main things is you don't have to be super spiritual already, and you definitely don't have to have all the answers. Even if you're like me and you feel logical most days, just like very straight line thinking, yes, you can still recognize your intuition that way. And the second main thing is, ooh, that was like a really loud thunder, sorry. The second main thing is you need to feel safe and grounded. If you've been really stressed out or you have a lot of things going on in your life, you have to purposely try and take out time when you don't feel so stressed out in order to give yourself a chance to kind of relax and ground yourself. And so maybe you may be asking, how do you ground? Well, you can do embodiment meditations like the one in my story that I just mentioned, or something as simple as imagining yourself as a tree deeply rooted into the earth. I like doing that one too. So the point is to feel really heavy. So if you do this, you want to also make sure that you're in a place where you can relax, not while you're driving or doing something similar to that effect. Another important thing is to become present. One of my favorite books that speaks to this presence is Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. And it talks about the ability to focus on what is around you and not what's going on like on your errand list. This helps clear the clutter out of your mind. And when you're fully present, you stop judging what's happening around you, and you just notice it instead. And when this happens, you are allowing yourself to listen to the whisper of your intuition. And it could be a fleeting thought or a feeling, but when you recognize it, write it down. And eventually, you can become like those old Insta girlies saying, listen to your intuition, and it will show you the path. But anyway, so this was a very quick little video. I just wanted to share that story with you and see how you're feeling about it. Since being able to listen to my intuition, I have found other ways to help me, and this is where astrology can help. And if you want me to talk more about that in another video, let me know. Also, are you struggling to listen to your intuition, or has it always been easy for you? It wasn't for me. So let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, please like, share, subscribe. It really helps my channel out. And of course, don't forget that every layer you uncover changes how you see everything. All right, I will see you later.